Thrones and Liberty. What is happening to this hyped up MMORPG? This was supposed to be the biggest MMO release for 2023, and it was supposed to come out Q2. But there's been no marketing for this game yet and no official date released. So what is happening to this game and when is it coming out? Now, if you guys have no idea about this game at all, Thrones and Liberty is an open world MMORPG that will be coming out this year in 2023. It is made by NCSoft, which is an Eastern release game, but it's getting published by Amazon Games in the Western release. So let's jump into today's video. Let's talk about Thrones and Liberty. Let's talk about when it's coming out and what this game is all about. So let's check it out. Now, Thrones and Liberty, it is, like I said, it is getting published by Amazon. Amazon are known for taking in the big MMOs recently, like New World, like Lost Ark, got 1,000 hours on both games, and Blue Protocol. So they're very good. I have to say, gotta get credit where it's due. They've done a good job with both games, but they're going to be releasing this cross-platform for PC, console, and a way to play on a mobile. But there's been no marketing done, no official release date yet. But from some leaks, most likely this game is getting pushed and delayed a little bit more till Q3. Well, which will make way more sense, because if there's no marketing done, there's no way it's getting released next month like they were aiming for June. But basically, this game looks absolutely incredible. It will be the big next thing for MMORPGs. Now, what you will find in this game is what you will find in most MMORPGs, right? You will have the raids, dungeons, PvP, classes, grinding, linear progression that you're looking for in MMORPG. But this game is adding their own features into it and trying to be a little more innovative. So it's going to be interesting to see this game overall. Now, the combat itself, it looks like it's going to be some kind of tap target combat. Gives me a little bit of Guild Wars 2 vibe and Lineage vibes. But also in this game, there's no new movement while attacking. Now, that is the biggest turnoff of the game, because I feel like we live in 2023. It's a generation where moving while attacking is very important. So we have to see from the footage we've seen. I haven't played it, so there's not like fully news in it, but from most of the footage, you kind of tell that there's no movement while attacking. Now, there might be two reasons for this. I think the first reason is they are going to have like these massive raid fights and boss fights. So I think not having movement while attacking might reduce the lag and the delay. So that was probably their solution to it. And the second thing is there might be like skill targets that you can use instead. Like you can still be skillful, like you can have skill shots and stuff, but there's no movement while attacking from what we've seen. But also in the combat, you will be able to transform into animals. That's like a big aspect of the game. You can turn into crows, wolves. I don't know if this is just for movement based morphing, or if you can actually use it in combat too. But you will be able, that would be like a huge thing in the game, is being able to turn into animals and roam around. Now, the character customization itself, it will be only humans, no other races, but the characters look absolutely stunning. There'll be a lot of customization to do, because that is very important in MMORPGs. You want to be able to customize your character like you want. That's the whole point of role-playing, right? But looking at the classes itself, they will be able to play with two weapons. You can equip two weapons. So let's say you can use a shield, sword and shield. You can have, for example, a staff. So it'd be like a New World, we can switch between your weapons. Now, when it comes to Holy Trinity, it does not look like there will be a dedicated healer, but I'm guessing some of the classes will have like healing support weapon that you guys can use. So you can potentially wear a DPS weapon and some kind of support weapon. And there will be tanks, so you will be able to use that sword and shield to tank. You probably have like a support DPS weapon in your second weapon. Now, the movement itself throughout the world will be a massive world to explore, of course. You will be having grapple hooks that we've seen. You'll be able to turn into animals. So there's a lot of, and glide through and fly through. So there's a lot of movement in this game. So you don't have to worry about like having to run for several miles like you have to do in New World. So hopefully that will not turn a lot of people off. You will be able to run around and have good movement. Now, one really bad thing, okay, and I have to say it, this game will unfortunately have autoplay. Yes. Now, I don't know how deep it goes when it comes to the autoplay, if it's just auto pathing or if it's full auto combat, or there's a lot of auto combat, but you can also or there's restrictions to auto combat, but it is confirmed that there will be autoplay. And for mobile players, if you guys are mobile players, you guys already know that that is pretty normal for mobile players, but having it on PC will be interesting how people will see, because you don't want to play a game that plays for itself, right? You want to be able to play it. So they have to be very smart on how to do the autoplay, or if Amazon completely decides to just turn it off, we'll have to see, of course. But there will be some kind of autoplay. I don't mind. I like auto pathing, but having full auto combat is not something I enjoy. Now, next up is the innovative stuff. What are they doing that is new? Now, of course, they have like the whole animal changing thing, and morph into animals and turn into animals, but they have also put a lot of effort into the weather effects, how the weather affects environments. And what I mean with that is there will be weather that will be constantly changing. Some players can use buffs, top players or guilds or whatever can use different things to change weathers. Now, what does that do for you? Now, let's say you are in an area with a lot of rain, right? The rainy area, and then they change the weather into a super sunny weather, and the water becomes drying. Let's say the water dries up. Now, when this happens, if they control the weather like that, they might open new caves that will lay under the water, or new areas that lays different places. So the weather will mean a lot to the environment itself. If it's raining a lot, they might open new caves. So you'll have to play kind of with the weather if you want to explore new areas, and they will change depending on the weather, which is really cool. I have to say, that does sound very cool. And also, if you guys ever played Pokemon Go, I think most of you guys did, in this game, weather will also affect your skills. Now, what do I mean with that? Let's say it's raining, right? And you're using a lightning weapons. Let's say your wizard staff. If you play when it's not raining, you might be able to hit 1 or 2 targets and do minimal damage. Now, if it's raining, you'll be able to hit more targets with lightning and deal more damage. So a lot of your weapons and your skills depends on what kind of weather it is too, which I also like, which is kind of cool. Now, in this game, there will be massive PvPs, also small PvP arenas, but I think the focus for what we've seen is they're focusing a lot on like mass PvP and mass PvE, big world boss fights, big raid fights, and big PvP battles. So having that, I think, is the core of an MMORPG. You know, having the ability to play these massive battles and enjoy them with several parties, with guilds, with factions, or whatever. Having ability to do that, I think, is going to be very cool. And hopefully, because you can't move while attacking, and with the new engine, hopefully they made it so that it doesn't lag, right? You want to be able to enjoy the experience for itself. Now, do not worry. I know some of you might not enjoy these mass PvP fights, and there's good news for you too, because in this game, apparently there's going to be a lot of content you can enjoy solo too. You can roam around for hours and grind for hours by yourself without players. If you don't want to talk and play with players, even though it's a massive multiplayer game, you will be able to have fun and play this game solo. Now, that is mostly for what we know about Thrones of Liberty so far. So if I have to give you guys a date on Thrones of Liberty, I would say, since there hasn't been any marketing official release date yet, I will be guessing this game will come out a little after Diablo 4, because of just overall competition, right? Because Blue Protocol that Amazon is releasing is coming end of this year, and then this game has a little bit delay, and it doesn't make sense to launch it right after summer. So I'm guessing like August, September is probably when we'll be seeing this game release. But that is it for Thrones of Liberty. If you guys enjoyed it, it was helpful, give me a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe. Check out this video right here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.